Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Vibes with Intuitively D. And today I have a Leo new moon restorative yoga practice, and I hope you enjoy it. The Leo new moon happens on July 24th, 2025 at 2 degrees of Leo. Check your time zones for the exact time. But we should all know, and I hate to say we should all know, but if you're on this channel, you know that I'm an astrologer, as intuitive astrologer, intuitive tarot reader, yoga practitioner, sound healing practitioner as well. Leo is all about heart space, heart opening, fun, joy, pleasure. It is about our self-confidence. It's about letting your light shine. It's about loving the ones that are in your pride and being fiercely protected over them as well. Leos tend to get a really bad rap because people think they're super arrogant. And overconfident, and will steal your limelight. But when you're ruled by the sun, you can shine the light. There's enough for all of us, right? And they are really good at shining a light on other people if you have a really lovely one in your life. I'm a Leo rising. I also have Mars in Leo, so I love Leo season. Alrighty, so once again, let's get into the things that we need. So some pillows. You see, this is a different setup. I'm in Ireland holding a yoga retreat next week. So we are here at the boyfriend's house recording this video. A blanket, a mat, another blanket. I'm sitting on some blocks. Whatever you have to make you comfy and cozy, because restorative yoga is really just all about being the most supported, the most comfortable as we hold poses for several minutes. In this practice, because it is a video and not an in-person practice, we'll be in these poses for maybe 3 minutes, but feel free to pause and stay in each pose as long as you like, leaning into the breath, leaning into the body, leaning into your rest. Alrighty. So we have 3 poses today: Supta Baddha Konasana, fish pose, and then we'll end with reclined twist in a shavasana. So before we even get started, I really want us to ground into the body, into the present moment. So if it feels comfortable for you, go ahead and give those eyes a close or lower the gaze and just become aware of your body, just doing nothing to the breath. Maybe you scan from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, sending breath into the places that need a little extra tender, loving care without any judgment. And maybe you notice the noises that are happening around you, the cars, a bark, the birds, horn. And you just notice them. And then you gently bring your awareness into the room that you're in, and you notice those noises. Maybe you hear your neighbors talk. Maybe there's a kiddo or a partner making some type of noise. And then finally, you bring the mind and the awareness to you, to the rising and the falling of your belly. Maybe you notice the temperature of your nose, of your breath as it enters and exits your nostrils. I can hear my belly digesting some food. And thank the universe, it can do that, right? And we'll take a few breaths here together. So when you're ready, exit, empty out all that oxygen on your last exhale. Take a deep inhale through the nose, filling up the belly, opening the chest, opening the mouth, sighing it all the way out. 2 more, just like that. Inhaling deeply through the nose, really filling up the belly, filling up, expanding the chest. Hold it at the top, open the mouth, sigh it out. And last one, we're going to do a lion's breath for this one. So take a deep inhale through the nose, maybe the deepest inhale you've done all day. Hold it at the top. And if you have an intention or dedication, you can set it now. See that in your mind's eye as if it is so. When you're ready, open the mouth, stick out your tongue, breathe it out. Go ahead and return back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Gently open up your eyes. And we're just going to do a few hip circles just because my hips are tight and I feel like you can never go wrong with them. Hands on the hips, just kidding. Hands on your knees. Inhale, bring the chest forward. And whatever way you like to circle, begin bringing the chest to the left or the right side, curving the spine as it reaches the back. And these can be as big as you like, as small as you like, but feeling into the hips, feeling into the breath. Doing what you do. And begin to make them smaller. So small that you come back to neutral. And we're just going to go in the opposite way. Inhaling, bringing the chest forward, and then reverse. Ooh, and it might be a little bit tighter on one side. And you know what? It is what it is until it isn't. Shine that heart forward. It is Leo season. Well, I'm recording this video and we're still in Cancer season. But you know what? By the time you get here, probably it will be Leo season. So shine that heart forward like a true Leo. Begin to make the circle smaller and smaller until you come back into neutral. Alrighty, let's move into our first restorative pose, and we are going to move into Supta. We're going to do a bound reclined. But hello, Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to bind her, okay? We're going to bind ourselves in this one, our ankles. And so I have a little cheat sheet, so you'll see me looking back. I just have to remember the things that I want to say. I'll remember. So Supta Baddha Konasana. We want to open up our hips, open up our chest, emotional release, inviting in creative energy for this Leo new moon. First things first, we're going to take a pillow. You can have two. I'm going to use two. I don't think I'm going to use my blocks. I'm going to put those towards the edge of the back of my mat, long way. Swing my legs around, move my blocks from under me, move them over to the side. Sit in front, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. You can have your blanket. If you don't want to bind your ankles, feel free to just cover yourself. But you're going to roll up your blanket. And then we're going to wrap them around your ankles, bringing them under the calves, tight as you want. You know, you might need to adjust. Have your blocks near you anyway, because maybe our knees need a little more support. And always allow yourself to adjust. And when you're ready, you're going to just gently lay your spine. Hopefully I don't hit my head. Let's move down. Hello. Oh, this feels great. Oh, okay. Let me get it together. It's YouTube. I'm just going to do that because I have some really tight hips right now. And you're going to allow yourself to adjust so you feel comfortable, so you can stay in this pose for, I don't know. Here we'll be here for 2 to 3 minutes. For you, this might be a 9-minute pose. This might be your whole practice. And as you get here, and as you get comfortable and feel the most supported, right? No stretching anywhere, no tension anywhere. As many blocks as you need, as many bolsters and whatever you need. Maybe another blanket on top of you might feel really lovely, or maybe a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. Begin to come into your breath. Come back to it. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Releasing any tension, allowing the breath to open, to expand, to release. Maybe you're clenching your hamstrings, your glutes, your thighs. With every breath, you start releasing that. This pose for the Leo new moon is about asking yourself, where can you be? Where can we release this idea of pressure and doing and all of the rigmarole that comes with being prideful and thinking you have to be it all and do it all? Can we soften into the heart space? Can we release enough tension in our hips to open up our creative space? Can we allow our heart and our creative center to chit-chat for a bit? We'll be here for a few breaths. Maybe the mind has started to wonder about stupid Mercury retrograde, and really, is it stupid? It happens 3 times a year. Or maybe you're worried about something a little more serious. Here's an invitation, permission, to allow yourself to acknowledge those thoughts, the heaviness, the randomness. See them as if they're on clouds floating away. And then gently bring your mind back to the breath. Your inhale, your exhale. The softening of the hips, the opening of the heart. Two more breaths here. If you'd like to transition into our next pose, gently plant the feet onto your mat. Widen your feet as wide as your mat and gently drop your knees to the left side. Take a breath there. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, dropping them to the right side. Maybe you look over the left shoulder. One more on each side. Inhaling here. Exhaling and looking over the right shoulder if that feels good. One more. The next time we inhale, and we'll lower our knees to the left or the right side, gently pressing through our palms and our arms to come up, and we'll move into a fish pose. I'm going to keep one of my pillows here, one of my pillows at the end of my mat. I'm going to take one block. It's going to look like this. We're going to hope for the best here. My second block is going to look like this. You can do fish pose just like this, which I absolutely adore and might come back to. I'm going to move my blanket, put it to the side. Using my pillow, I'm going to make a ramp. If you've practiced with me before, you kind of know how this goes. We'll see if this works. It might not. Let's do it like this and like this. Okay, that'll work. Good enough. I'm going to have this to support under my knees. Once again, sitting up against the bolster of the pillow. And as we move, this is a chest opener. It's a heart opener. So how can I rest in my radiance rather than always proving myself to people? How can I rest? Gently lay your spine back. Your head should rest on the tallest block. And then you're going to move around until you feel comfy and cozy. And here we are. Oh, that feels great. I'm going to bring my blanket because one thing I love to do is have a blanket over my abdomen. It just feels secure and stable. And once again, I'm a fan of arms out. I'm actually going to give you a suggestion, an invitation to widen your legs as wide as your mat. Chest open. You might notice how it feels to breathe here. Relaxing the glutes, relaxing the quads. Relaxing in this idea of resting in your radiance. No need to prove how hard you are, how dedicated you are, how aggressive you are, how assertive you are. But what if you can just rest in that heart space? The Leo new moon wants that for you. We'll be here for several breaths, adjust as needed. Invitation to close the eyes or lower the gaze. And leaning into the breath. If the mind has started to wonder about something from 1998, acknowledge that. And then see if you can bring your mind back to the breath. Your inhales and your exhale. Maybe you send the breath to the heart space. Giving it some tender, loving care. Letting it know it's all right to shine, to be seen, to rest. A few more breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. Gently plant your feet onto the mat. Roll over to your right or left side. Gently press through the palms and the arms to come back up. Now we're going to move into recline twist. And here we go. This is how we're going to set it up today. 2 blocks because I want the mat to come a little bit higher than normal. Bolster there. Blanket over here. Moving this pillow. So if you didn't know, a zodiac sign rules the chakra system. And so Leo rules the solar plexus. And so in this reclined, supported twist, we are going to release any kind of like, I don't want to say blockages because I'm not that girly, but we're going to invite in this idea of releasing any fear or lack of self-confidence that's stored there, okay? And creative blockages, maybe, because also we'll be twisting the sacral. So with the knees pointed to the left, we're going to look towards our bolster, walk our hands down. I'm going to scoot closer because we want this right up against our hip. And then we're going to support, rest, lay our chest down. Let me move that. And we look like this. You've seen me do it many times before. It's one of my favorite ones. It's ones that during my classes, people fall asleep. Taking a deep breath here. Opening the mouth, big sigh out, releasing everything onto the bolster, to the blocks. Allowing yourself to be held, to be supported. You might want to put a blanket or a block in between the knees to support. Just want to get comfy and cozy. Throw it on top of you as well. Invitation to close the eyes and come back to the breath. The heart is supported, the chest is supported, the hips need a little releasing. A few deep sighs might feel really lovely here. Five more breaths, leaning into this idea of softening the heart space, leaning in for support when you need it, asking for support with confidence if needed. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, big sigh out. Bringing the hands to frame the low ribs, pressing into the palms, gently bringing yourself up. We're going to swing. You're going to swing. I'm just going to go to the opposite side, but I'll show you how it would look like. Actually, I might stay that way. Who knows? We'll see. Swinging your knees to the opposite side. So now you look like this. Turning your chest to face the bolster and the blocks, adjusting as needed, walking your hands down. Chest lays on. Let me move my microphone. Chest lays on to the bolster. Sorry. And you get comfy and cozy here. One side might feel better than the other side. Acknowledge that. And then come back to the breath. If you'd like to stay on the other side, because it's your favorite side, give that to your body. We'll be here for several breaths again. Leaning into this idea of now this side of the chest feels supported. This side of the hips released. It's hard to rest during summer when Leo season happens, and I hope you can create some space because lions also rest. A few more breaths here. Deep breath through the nose. Big sigh out. Bringing the hands to frame the low ribs. Pressing up, knowing the next pose is our last pose, and you can set up any way you like. But we're going to do classic Shavasana today. A lot of times I'm doing a more restorative kind of Shavasana, but today, let's just lay down. Actually, I'm going to prop up my ankles with the pillows. Feels great. Smooth it. Yeah. I'm going to take my blanket Just throw it over. Cactus, my arms. Inhale deeply through the nose. Hold it at the top. Open the mouth. A big sigh out. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like, but I can't keep this video going. So if you like to end your practice, when I end the practice, go ahead and roll over to, oops, sorry. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, just bringing some awareness back. We weren't down for long, but, you know. Rolling over to whatever side feels very comfortable to you, pressing through your palms, pressing through your hands, coming back up to an easy seat, whatever that looks like for you. And of course, now it looks like I have a baby here, but I don't. Let's go here. Bringing the hands to the knees, just to acknowledge that you were in community with other people who were doing this video at the same exact time that you were doing it. And if you like, bringing one hand over the chest, one hand over the heart, one hand on the belly, two hands over the heart space. Tucking your chin to chest, gently closing the eyes or lowering the gaze. Giving gratitude to yourself for showing up for this nurturing practice, for making yourself a priority in a day and time where we have been told that we're not. Give thanks to the others who might have shared their energy in this practice with us all. The love, the light, the compassion in me most definitely honors the love, the light, the compassion in you all. I wish you nothing but ease and flow on and off of your mat. Thank you, friends. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for taking time out for yourself. I hope to see you soon. I have astrology videos somewhere, sound bath videos somewhere, and hopefully I'll see you again. If you like anything specific, go ahead and put it in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one, the link is in the bio somewhere. Happy Leo.